That's the margin Kevin Garnett and the Celtics trailed by in San Antonio last night before rallying to beat the Spurs. The number 22 is the winning streak Tracy McGrady and the Rockets put on the line tonight, the second longest in NBA history.
Finding a 22-game win streak, the Rockets have captivated the NBA recently. The Boston Celtics have been a season-long success story. It's a special edition of the NBA on TNT tonight, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. It's the number one team in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics, against the number one team in the Western Conference, the Houston Rockets. With Doug Collins and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan with a look at our McDonald's starting lineups. Pierce, Perkins, Allen, Rondo, and the centerpiece, Kevin Garnett. Boston comes in 53-13. Rockets come in 46-20. Led by McGrady. There is no Yao Ming. Mutombo taking his place. Scola has been terrific. The leader may be Shane Battier. A playoff-like atmosphere here. Doug Collins in Houston tonight.
Kevin, a couple matchups we'll focus on here tonight are to Shane Battier, who's been getting the toughest defensive assignment all year long for the Houston Rockets, will be matched up against Paul Pierce. And then a key for Boston is Tony Allen in the starting lineup. For Ray Allen will be matched up on Tracy McGrady. And Doc Rivers told us before the game that's a key matchup for them, for Tony Allen to do a good job on Tracy McGrady. They don't want to help too much off those three-point shooters, Kevin, and when they do, they want to chase them off those lines and make them shoot on the move. The Rockets, that three-point shot, such an important part of their team.
Unofficials tonight here in Houston. In a raucous building, Scott Foster, David Jones, and Courtney Kirkland. The Celtics have won 12 of their last 13, including 6 consecutive road games, but Doug, none more impressively than last night's win in San Antonio for Boston.
Yeah, Doc Rivers was very happy about that. He said, you know, San Antonio came out last night in a game that they really wanted to win at home after losing on the road, 3 straight games. And coming home, Boston dug themselves a 22-point hole and came out and won that game. Some critical shots late. Sam Cassell with a big 3. Eddie House with a big 3. Rajon Rondo with a big offensive rebound. So Doc Rivers said, you know, I couldn't have picked a better script for it.
New Year's Day, 31-4. They've been absolutely brilliant and playing the majority of this winning streak without Yao Ming. McGrady can't find the handle on the pass from Alston. Rajon Rondo. It's Pierce, a Rondo screen on Battier. Mutombo tries to grab it. Perkins chases it down. Over the head of Garnett, it'll go out of bounds.
Kevin, this is going to be one of those games. Which team can create the extra possessions? Because both of these teams are very good defensive teams. Which team can get on the offensive boards? Maybe get turnovers. We've already seen an offensive rebound by the Boston Celtics. We're seeing a turnover from the Houston Rockets here, and the Boston Celtics thrive on steals, points off turnovers, and getting in the open court, so the Rockets must take care of the ball.
People always take a look at the landscape of the Rockets season and say, where do things turn? Ironically enough, it turned to the loss in Boston earlier in the season, as there's a foul on Allen on the jump shot attempt by Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, it was actually a game, Kevin, you talked about, January 2nd, and they no Tracy McGrady in that game. They got down by 20, and they got together and said, look, you know, if we're going to win, we're going to have to play harder. We're going to have to defend better. We're going to play more together as a team. And they have sort of taken off since that point in time. But even Rick Adelman has talked about that sort of being an epiphany in their season. And he also talked tonight about how important it is for Tracy McGrady to have a big game. They need him to have a big scoring night tonight.
Allen picks up the first personal foul. You take a look at Rick Adelman, takes the place of Jeff Van Gundy. And while they've tried to improve the offense, the defensive principles remain the same. Things we'll get into as the game goes on. Here is Rajon Rondo. He's out of Kentucky. Scola is watching Garnett, and Mutombo comes out on Perkins. With the shot clock down to 6, here comes Paul Pierce, and Allen around Battier. Knocked away by Mutombo, and picked up by Scola. And here comes Tracy McGrady.
There's that little familiar finger wave of Dikembe Mutombo. Charles talked about it in the studio before the game when we were on, and just what an amazing guy Dikembe is.
It's McGrady, and uncovered.
Well, they're going to go to all those pick and rolls. Now, if they get Kendrick Perkins involved in that, he's going to have to be able to get out there quickly. They don't want Garnett involved in the pick and roll. He's the best big man in the league defending.
because he can cover up high and then go back down low.
Get out and cover out on McGrady and get back into the paint.
Perkins a screen. Into McGrady, shot clock at 2. Perkins. And Mutombo let him fire.
Well, they're going to give him that shot. He's not going to run out and lead the paint on that, Kevin. They're going to make Perkins make that jump shot. He's played much better since he's come back from having that shoulder injury.
Rafer Allison's been red hot. You don't think of Alston as one of the premier point guards in the West.
Well, the last 22 games he has, and here's been a guy who's been a real key. Luis Scola, just been Mr. Energy and Activity. And Kevin, if there's one thing I've seen with this Rocket team that I did not see Rocket teams in the past, they play with so much more energy. They've added energy players to the roster, and that has revitalized Tracy McGrady, who's not really a high-energy guy, but he's sort of been sucked into this energy vacuum that they have here in Houston now.
Scola tried to close out Kevin Garnett, who hits his first shot. McGrady over Allen. Garnett gets a hand on it, picked up by Perkins, and here comes Paul Pierce out of Kansas. Perkins is screen. And Pierce exploits it.
If you watch Shane Battier, a lot of guys go to block shots. We saw it the other day. ABC did a great job the other day showing it against Kobe. He puts his hand right in the shooter's face. He does not try to go up and block the shot, so keep your eye on that tonight.
Scola front, Kevin Garnett trying to take it inside on the drive with about 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Kevin picks up his first personal foul. Garnett, Doug, in so many ways, is like changed the culture of this Boston franchise.
Well, he came in and he brought tremendous energy. He brought an MVP kind of talent. But their defense and all the things they do every day in practice, he sets the tone for everything they do, and everybody else follows.
Scola set a screen, and that allowed Alston to take it inside. The screen was set on Rondo.
That's good for Rafer Alston. Sometimes he'll fall in love with that three-point shot. Remember, he was 8 for 11 the other day against the Lakers. He doesn't want to just be strictly a three-point shooter.
We're looking for Garnett down low. Shot was knocked out of bounds. The pass was deflected out of play, and 14 seconds on the shot clock as Boston Celtics have started 3 of 5, and the Rockets have started 3 of 4 from the field so far.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of easy baskets tonight. Teams are going to have to execute and really step up and make contested shots. These are two very good defensive teams.
Perkins to Pierce over Battier, and picked up by Tracy McGrady, who has not just been astronomical with his shooting during this streak.
No, it's not like he's averaging about 35 a game. This is what he's doing. He's getting everybody involved. He's becoming a leader, and he's trusting his teammates. And then he comes up with the big plays when needed. But Kevin, the other day in the game, he was 0 for his first 9 shots, and they were up 15 at halftime against the Lakers.
Rondo is defended well and picked up by McGrady. Good block by Alston. Here comes Scola. And into deep.
There'll be an offensive foul on Dikembe Mutombo. He pushed off with that left arm, where he's lost a little bit of lift in his career. Normally he would go up with 2 hands and dunk this, but you can see this just push off. That's a good call. He got his hand and elbow in the face of Kendrick Perkins, who came over to contest the shot.
Mutombo, the oldest player in the NBA at 41 years of age, first on deep. A little more than 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's to Garnett, gets by Scola. Gets his own miss and in with the left hand. Garnett with another rebound.
We talked about extra possessions. They get 3 shots on that play and finally get it to go, and that's where Houston's got to get back and clean up that defensive backcourt, because on the season, the Celtics are not a good offensive rebounding team.
Those 2 points in the paint for Boston tonight. Alston over Rondo. And the rebound picked up by Tony Allen out of Oklahoma State. Ahead to Pierce, 3-on-3 into Battier. What a difficult shot! A terrific play by Paul Pierce. He'll go to the free throw line, fouled on the play. Battier picks up the foul for the Houston Rockets, and that'll be his first. This is an incredible shot.
Now, Paul Pierce, whose numbers are down this year, but everybody talked about that he's playing great basketball. He's fit in here beautifully with the addition of Ray Allen, who's hurt tonight, and Kevin Garnett. His shots are down, his scoring is down, but his defense is up. His shooting percentage from 3 is better. His rebounding, his assists, everything else is better. You know, he's just not scoring as much, but people, that, especially opposing coaches, Kevin, rave about the way Paul Pierce has played this year for the Celtics.
25 points a season ago, 20 points this year, but he'll likely take that, considering that everybody has had to adjust since Garnett and Allen have arrived.
All these guys have been attained individual honors. Now it's about the ring. That's what they're playing for, the championship.
Battier interferes, who picks up the foul for the Boston Celtics. 7:07 to play here in the first quarter. Celtics on top by 5. This is their biggest lead. Rockets have had a 2-point lead. First on Paul Pierce. A look at Doc Rivers, one-time Coach of the Year with the Orlando Magic.
It's amazing what a great coach Doc is this year with good players, isn't it? I mean, last year I think they lost like 18 straight at one point in time. So
look at Austin going right by the defense. Had it knocked away. Clock at 4. Bad pass by Battier inside Rondo. Whoa! Oh, it's a pump fake pass and put back in by Pierce.
That's Rondo's move. We saw him do that twice in Boston, where he fakes that behind-the-back pass, but he never finishes it. He's got to really concentrate. He made a great move. We saw him do that in Boston against Dallas earlier in the year. He's got to finish those shots.
It's McGrady over Allen. And Tracy McGrady. Two of 4 for T-Mac. Into Scola. And Luis Scola has picked up a foul for the Houston Rockets.
See, foul trouble could be a problem now. You know, obviously you've lost Yao Ming for the season. Carl Landry is not here, but let's watch Rondo. Watch this fake behind the pass, and then he tries to lay it up. He's got to really concentrate. Now, Paul Pierce gets the follow-up offensive rebound, so we already seen Boston get on that offensive boards. But Kevin, to get back about the foul trouble, the Rockets are not very deep on that front line now, so Stola's got to make sure he stays out of foul trouble. No Carl Landry tonight. They really miss him.
Game high 7 for Pierce, knocked away by Battier, but it was kicked. So the shot clock goes to 14 seconds. Pierce has started 3 of 5. No substitutions yet in the game. And both teams are shooting over 46%.
I think benches will be a factor tonight, especially Boston after a back-to-back. They'll come in with Cassell, Eddie House, James Posey. They've got a nice potent bench now with some veteran players.
Scola watching Garnett. And rebounded inside between Perkins and McGrady. And a foul goes on Perkins with a little shove. So Perkins picks that up for the Boston Celtics, number 1. Halfway through the first quarter. Allen sticks right on McGrady. Outside uncovered. Battier for 3.
That's what they do. Dribble penetrate. If you can't leave the three-point shooters, Shane Battier has been shooting it well all season long.
Pierce draws the double. Rondo is picked up by Alston. And Mutombo grabs his 3rd rebound. What do you think of the pace so far?
Well, I think it's a little frenetic right now. You can see both teams are really hyped up. I think as they get a little tired, it'll settle down a little bit right now. You can see the emotion and feel it, Kevin. A lot of energy here, but sometimes when that happens, you play a little bit out of sync. Houston's turned it over, but Shane Battier spotting up McGrady with a nice little pass. See, the defense collapses to help on McGrady. That's why Tony Allen's got to do a good job of keeping him out of the paint.
Perkins has picked up his 2nd foul for the Celtics.
NBA on TNT, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. By Wendy's, it's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. By the U.S. Air Force, defending America in a changing world. U.S. Air Force, above all. And by MoneyGram International Money Transfer. The power is in your hands.
Back in Houston with a look at our Heineken keys to the game with Coach Cowan.
Well, the defense never rests. Both of these teams, two of the better defensive teams in the NBA. I think if Houston can shoot 45% against this Boston defense, they got a great chance to win tonight. Kevin, we talked about the hustle game, the extra possessions. Already Boston has 6 more shots than Houston at the basket. 3-point shooting in this streak. They've averaged beating their opponents by almost 8 points from behind that 3-point line. And then bench production. We talked about Boston, the emotional game they played last night. You know, Sam Cassell will come off the bench. Eddie House, James Posey. We'll see P.J. Brown. And then the bench that has been so good for the Houston Rockets. Bobby Jackson will be coming in off the bench. Luther Head. Those guys we counted on to score and give them energy off the bench. But I think we've already seen the tone of this game set early with the emotion, with the passion. And Kevin, who's going to settle down and execute? That's what they have to do in big games.
P.J. Brown has come in for Perkins, who picked up his second personal foul. He's the only change on the floor. 38-year-old P.J. Brown, 15-year veteran. He was sitting at home, played for Chicago last couple seasons.
Yeah, a lot of people would like to have had his services. A nice little steal by Luis Scola on the entry pass to Garnett, but P.J. Brown picked out a team that he thought had a chance to win the championship. Doc Rivers said he's still a little bit rusty, but I've got to put him out there and I've got to see what he can do going into the playoffs.
It's exciting the rotations here as we get closer to April.
And you're going to see a lot of those young guys out of the rotation, a lot of veterans in replacing McGrady doing what he's supposed to do. And
nice screen by Mutombo, too.
And again, they don't want Garnett involved in the pick and rolls I talked about before. So anytime we've seen McGrady come off a screen roll, it's been the other big man that's been defending.
The drive by Allen right into Mutombo and by Battier.
I think Tony Allen's got that heavy leg brace, and Kevin, he's really not still comfortable finishing around the basket. This is a guy who's an explosive player, just starting to get his legs back after that knee injury.
We'll see all who that's it.
It takes a while to trust that leg.
McGrady again on Allen. And picked up by P.J. Brown. And Tracy McGrady has started 3 of 5. And here is Brown. That's a shot he likes. And picked up by McGrady.
That's a good call, Kevin. He likes that little foul line jump shot. You'll see that's a shot that he shoots at a high percentage when he's in really good shape.
Austin.
A lot of two-man action here early with Austin and McGrady just to get McGrady in the scoring territory.
T-Mac has 6. Austin has 2, missing a 3, picked up by Allen. And goes right into Battier. Fearless drive.
See, that's the kind of player he's. He's a slasher and he's a cutter. Now, when Ray Allen's out there, obviously he gives him such a great shooter. Doc Rivers was telling us before the game, you know, they miss Ray Allen on that weak side. They run so much stuff for him. And here's Tony Allen with a nice finish. So back-to-back field goals going to the basket.
Well, Boston doesn't have a lot of smalls without Allen.
Exactly. And that's, you know, that's the thing that Doc's got to figure out. They do have to sell now who's playing for them.
McGrady, Allen lets him fire. And picked up by P.J. Brown, who has already come off the bench and picked up a couple of rebounds for the Celtics. And here's Pierce. To Brown. Into the combo with another rejection. His second tonight.
P.J. Brown knows better than that. You got to get your body into a shot blocker. He just sort of flipped that one up.
Alston into P.J. Brown. Stoll at 3. And Brown goes right by him. Mutombo tries to tap it in. Brown comes up with another rebound. Here comes Tony Allen.
Now Boston's done a good job on the defensive backboard.
Garnett saves it. Throws it away. Alston. Scola. Ray for Alston. Now difference in the defense. They got Pierce and Alston. And Rondo's on McGrady with the mismatch there. Alston over Pierce. That's a 3-point hit for Rafer Alston.
He had 8 of them against the Lakers on Sunday. 8 of 11, 31 points. A couple key ones late in the third quarter when the Lakers had cut into a big halftime lead. And then the Rockets were able to hold on and win in that fourth period.
And 2 to play now in the first quarter. Celtics at 42%. Rondo with the drive down the baseline. Knocked away by Mutombo again. And the shot clock is at 3. Battier with a good hit. So defense by Houston. In fact, 2 very good defensive teams head-to-head tonight in Houston on TNT.
To win game number 23 in a row, but are trailing the Boston Celtics early in the first quarter. I'm David Aldridge. And while all the attention is on Kevin Garnett's performance as a Boston Celtic this season, his old team made some news today with comments by his former owner, Minnesota Timberwolves owner Glenn Taylor. Taylor was quoted by reporters in Minneapolis as saying that he felt Kevin Garnett, quote-unquote, tanked the last 5 games of Minnesota's season last year. Taylor saying that he thought that the The team didn't tank as much as KG tanked it. I think the other guys still wanted to play. Now, Garnett did not comment before tonight's game. His agent, Andy Miller, told me on the telephone before the game, he spoke with Garnett. Garnett's only focus is on Boston winning a championship. Everything else is old news. It's inappropriate and the furthest thing from the truth. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. James Posey, Leon Poe have checked in for the Boston Celtics. Good looking drive inside. And Poe, who is a terrific player in the Pacific 10 Conference, comes up with his first two, just seconds off the bench.
Well executed out-of-bounds play that time coming out of the timeout for the Boston Celtics.
Chuck Hayes has come in for the Rockets. A little teardrop try by Alston won't go in. He was shoved on the play and fouled. Poe picks it up.
Kevin, those kind of plays coming out of timeouts in a game like this, it's going to be tightly contested. It's probably going to be very close. If the numbers reflect how good these teams are defensively, is that you've got to steal baskets. Can you get them out of a timeout? Can you, like you talk about the extra possessions, those are going to be critical to who wins this game tonight.
Let's take a look at the national TV schedule on ESPN. Detroit, Cleveland, followed by Golden State and the Clippers. That's tomorrow, Friday, NBA TV. Denver at New Jersey, coverage at 7:30 Eastern Time. And Sunday on ABC, San Antonio at Dallas. Mavericks have won 5 consecutive games coming into tonight. Coverage of that Sunday ABC game is at 12:30 Eastern Time.
You can see what's happened now with Rick Adelman. He's really gone to a small lineup. Mike Harris is in the game and Chuck Hayes, two small frontline players, and he can get away with it because Kendrick Perkins and Kevin Garnett are on the bench. So really both teams have gone very small right now.
Harris, a rookie out of Rice, on a 10-day contract. Here comes Pierce into the aforementioned Harris, and a great feed inside to Poe, who dug now twice on 2 successive Boston possessions, has gotten 3 underneath.
Easy baskets. Mike Harris has got to keep Paul Pierce in front. That time he got beat off the dribble. It causes the defense to collapse, and bad things happen when you get in that lane.
McGrady has started 3 of 6, feeding to Hayes out of Kentucky. Chuck Hayes, not really much of a scorer, known for his defense, gives them valuable minutes.
What you think about this Rocket team right now, Mike Harris was in training camp, did not make the team, was over in China playing, is now back playing here. Chuck Hayes last year initially did not make this team, came back. Both these guys now are critical players, with Carl Landry being hurt and Yao Ming. So you're looking at 2 guys who weren't even good enough to make their rosters the last couple years, who are now on the floor playing for a team that's won 22 straight games.
Switch on defense. McGrady is on Posey. Rondo switching inside. B.J. Brown got a hand on it, picked up by T-Mac. Brady with his 3rd rebound. Pops up a 3. With a half minute to play here in the first quarter.
I think Tracy looked at the clock, got a 2-for-1 possession there. I don't know if there's enough time now for Boston to rate this up and get a 2-for-1. If so, they're going to have to get it quickly. But Sam Cassell in the game, former Houston Rocket here, who won 2 championships with our sidekick Kenny Smith in the studio.
Had a big night last night in San Antonio with 17 points. Hit a big-time 3 with about 46 seconds to play in regulation.
Loves to get down in the post and torture those smaller guards. Got Draper Alston posted down there right now.
Cassell. Brown with his 4th rebound.
For offensive rebound, Kevin. Multiple possessions. That's 8 more shots now at the basket that the Houston Rockets have.
Oh, and a great steal by Alston. Sam Cassell was beaten right there. He hasn't even practiced with Boston Celtics yet. This is his 4th game with this team. Here comes Pierce trying to beat the buzzer. But it's good. And that's how we close out the first. Rockets led by as many as 2 and lead the first quarter on top by 1. Celtics had a big lead of 7. The Rockets trying to go for win number 23 on TNT tonight. TNT NBA Tuesday is brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. And moments ago, our David Ulrich checked in with Boston head coach Doc Rivers.
Doc, you guys held that emotion early on, but then a couple of turnovers got you in a little trouble.
Yeah, I don't think we've executed at all. I mean, we're basically trying to play an offense that we haven't seen before. So we'll settle down, get some our sets, get some execution. I think we'll be fine.
How defensively do you adjust to a team that's so open and moving the ball around to so many different shooters.
No, I'm fine right now defensively. You know, I didn't like the 2 threes that they got that were uncontested. That's the one thing we want to take away from them. Other than that, I'll take our defensive effort.
Doc, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Boston wants to make Houston move that ball. They don't want those spot-up threes.
Yeah, what they want to do is chase you off the three-point line because they're good standstill three-point shooters. Other than Tracy McGrady, who'll shoot it on the move, most of these other guys will catch off the pass, make the extra pass. So he wants them to have to dribble before they shoot that basketball on the move. He thinks their percentage will come way down as Paul Pierce once again contested by Shane Battier.
Here's his 3 of 7, a Celtic high 7 points. Alston has 9, a game high. Hayes in there. Luther Henderson come in for the first time. Bobby Jackson in the game. Good screen by Hayes. Hayes free for a 2, a long range 2. So it's Harris, Hayes, Jackson, Battier, and Head. Interesting Houston 5.
Well, you knew both teams were going to go to the bench. There's a lot of emotion, energy going to be spent again. Boston's going back-to-back, so that's why I said bench is going to be important tonight.
And Pierce to Brown out there with Poe and Posey and Cassell. Poe scoring at Bill inside. He's had great success, 6 points off the bench.
That's a tough matchup for Shane Battier. He's got Shane by about 35 pounds inside. Shane's been chasing Paul Pierce. Now you ask him to play the post against Leon Poe. That's a tough matchup.
Poe is 3 of 3. And who played at Illinois. That Final Four team. Bobby Jackson. Got him in a trade just before the deadline and pickpocketed by Cassell. Here comes Posey, the ex-Miami Heat player. A 3 overhead. Rebound front court and claimed inside by Harris. Bobby Jackson, who was with Patrick Edelman in Sacramento, enjoyed his best time in the NBA there.
Yeah, it's a real comfort level here. I think the things they're doing offensively, he recognizes defensively what they'd like to do. And Mike Harris in the post again tonight. He played twice and they're playing in China.